Hey YouTubers, it's Charlie. So, Game of Thrones did some very big, very unexpected things this week. It seems like they're changing Bran's story, as well as a lot of the things that are happening in the North, just to make the overarching story of Season 4 much more concise, without dropping secondary characters like it did last year. So, real quick though, before we get started, round 4 of the giveaway starts right now. All you have to do to participate is be a subscriber and leave a comment below. I'll be picking one random person to give a $20 Amazon gift card to tomorrow in my Q&A video. So it's just my way of saying thank you to all you guys for being so amazing. So because I was so excited about what happened this week, let's just get started with top 5 WTF moments and then I'll do my review. Careful for spoilers if you haven't seen the episode yet, but here we go. Number 5, Littlefinger explains the Purple Wedding. We have to give Sansa some credit. She did figure out most of what happened, but Littlefinger just continues to creep the hell out of us in the best possible way. He wants everything, but what the hell does that mean? Does he want to sit on the Iron Throne, or does he just want to have dominion over everyone? I think he just wants to be like a god on Earth, just have the entire world serve his whims. Like you would think of the characters in a tabletop game. I think he also just kind of enjoys playing the Game of Thrones, but I view him in opposition to Varys, who actually seems like he has a noble goal in mind, not just power itself. Other big takeaways from this, though, are that they're heading to the Eyrie, Littlefinger is marrying Sansa's crazy aunt, and she's just gonna have to chill with them for a while. And probably try to avoid Littlefinger in the hallways, and trips down the moon door. Number 4, Daenerys takes Meereen. It's not so much a siege as it is an infiltration, but this went down really similar to the way that it happened in the books. There was never really a big battle. Daenerys was just let in by the slaves after they turned on their masters. And now her family has doubled in size. Remember, Meereen as a city is as big as Astapor and Yunkai combined, so it's way, way bigger. I love Grey Worm in this episode. It was like they let Daario be a badass last week, so now it was Grey Worm's turn to have his hero moment. I love how brainwashed he is too. He doesn't care about returning to his home in the Summer Isles, he just wants to kill the masters. Daenerys nailing them up was also pretty hardcore, and she said she wants justice, but when you see her eyes, it really seems like it's more revenge. Hands down though, my favorite part was that big shot of the city that opens up to reveal the Targaryen flag at the top of the pyramid. It's like she just made a giant leap forward in her quest to kind of reclaim the honor and glory of House Targaryen, even if that's not explicitly her goal. Number 3, Burn Gorman is the true king in the North. I feel like he really won this episode as an actor. Did anyone else get a Shakespeare Hamlet vibe whenever he was talking to that skull? I flipped a little whenever they revealed it was Lord Mormont. Like he actually boiled the flesh off and is now drinking wine out of his skull. This is actually one of the biggest changes they made to the book. Burn Gorman's character is in the book, but they're completely changing what happens at Craster's, but I don't think that's a bad thing. I actually really enjoy what's going on there. It gave them the opportunity to bring Bran back into the story in a big way, and I know a lot of people were actually saying they thought that his scenes were the weakest ones in the episode so far. I actually kind of expected Bran to try and warg into Burn Gorman and make him kill himself, and because they're changing things from the books a lot, I'm kind of wondering if that's where they're going with this, or if Jon Snow is just going to rescue them. Number 2, Jaime gives Brienne Oathkeeper. This is one of the big moments in the books that I really, really loved, and even though they changed a few small things, I totally didn't mind it. It's just the implied ship, between Jaime and Brienne isn't quite as explicit in the books as it is on the show. You just don't get to see that visual emotion just exploding off of Brienne's face whenever Jaime gives her the sword and the armor. It's almost like she's so overcome with feels that all she can think about is honor and duty. I totally wouldn't mind if HBO just wanted to spin off a show about the two of them. I could watch them all day. That Podrick reveal was so much fun. Just a perfect way to cut the really intense emotional scene between Jaime and Brienne. In the books, Podrick also ends up traveling with her, but instead of Tyrion and Jaime sending him with her officially, he just kind of stalked her from a distance until she accepted his presence. I really hope that they get some funny scenes in the next couple of episodes, because I love both those characters, even though Podrick is kind of like a non-speaking role for the most part. And my number 1 WTF moment here, the Court of the White Walkers. All I could think about as that White Walker rode into the landscape was of the Witch King's castle from Lord of the Rings. It looked like Superman's Fortress of Solitude if it were designed by the Witch King of Angmar. I saw a lot of people complaining on Twitter that this was actually a Winds of Winter spoiler, but I don't know if that's true. No one has read Winds of Winter, but it's kind of implied that we're going to get to see a lot more White Walker-centric stuff whenever that book is released, just because it's, literally almost the last book. The White Walker that performed the transformation on the baby looked like it held more rank than the one that brought the baby. Like he had a crown on his head. I couldn't really tell, but it seems like they have their own sense of hierarchy. They have their own types of magic that they perform, like necromancy, but so far we haven't got a really detailed explanation of their culture yet. So this scene was actually really exciting for people that have read the books and for people that are just watching the show. In fact, I'll actually go on to say that I like this scene just as much as I like Joffrey's death. And somehow, I have a feeling the show is going to do something to top it before the season is over. The really big takeaway, I think, from this scene, though, is that now we know where the White Walkers come from. They're not born, and they're not undead like the Whites are. They're not reanimated corpses. They're literally just turned from regular human babies and then raised. So much more that we could talk about, but let me know, what were your favorite WTF moments from the episode? You know, Court of the White Walkers, Burn Gorman just being awesome, or something else. So, right now, here's actually a bunch of big, important plot threads that we need to keep track of, but that I didn't think were necessarily important enough is my top 5. Janos Slynt and Alliser Thorne are plotting to get rid of Jon Snow just by letting himself get killed at Craster's. Keep your eyes on them. And then there's Locke, mysteriously appearing at the Night's Watch. It seems like he's been tailing Jon Snow everywhere he goes, just waiting for the right moment to kill him for Roose Bolton. Remember, they're trying to secure their claim on the North. The Kingslayer brothers have started to bond, and I totally love it. It seems like the hatred that they're both getting from Cersei and Tywin is really bringing them together. And another major change from the books, it seems like we finally found out why they aged Tommen up and recast the actor, so that they could do these, sexy Marjorie scenes. How funny was it that the Queen of Thorns revealed she killed Joffrey and humped her husband so hard that he couldn't walk the night before they got married, in the same sentence. I used to think of her as being a female Tywin, but she just got way more badass than him. I was really bummed that they recast Tommen just for Hump Day, but they totally gave us Sir Pounce, who was this really fun part in the books. So it's like they take something away with one hand and give us a treat with the other. And that actually reminds me, I heard at least 3 separate characters making jokes about losing their right hand. It's like the writers are trolling Jaime. One of my overall favorite lines from the episode, though, was when the Queen of Thorns said marrying a Targaryen back then was all the rage. Overall, the episode was just flat out amazing. I gave it a solid A for use of Burn Gorman and White Walkers. I think they did a really good job of addressing issues with Bran's character from last season by bringing him back into the story around the Wall. And I love that they're making show Sansa a lot smarter than book Sansa. So all in all, even though they did make some, big changes from the books, namely mega White Walker scene, I totally love what they did. There were also some really amazing CG landscape sequences that reminded me when Jon Snow climbed the wall last season, and they showed that big wide shot south of the wall. Like Daenerys on top of the pyramid, and then there was also that cool night shot of the city whenever they were breaking in. And then there was the just flat out crazy Lord of the Rings White Walker mountain shot. I think they're able to spend money on that kind of stuff just because they don't put dragons in every episode. So if you ever wondered why they're not around all the time, it's because they want to do big CG landscapes. But let me know what you thought about the big changes they made in the episode, as well as the, major White Walker scene. Like I said, my Q&A will post tomorrow. Be sure to subscribe to get it. I'll also announce who the giveaway winner is in that. Leave me suggestions for future bonus videos too, although given what we just saw, I might have to do a White Walker one pretty soon. So right now, click here to get that Q&A video. I'll add the annotation as soon as I post it. And click here to learn all about the Blood Raven. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow. High fives.